Alright, just real quickly guys, want to show you a visible satellite image of what Isaac's doing. And Isaac is very similar to what Katrina is. Now, Katrina was a Category 3 hurricane, and that alone makes Katrina a much more powerful hurricane than Isaac is. But Isaac is taking shape now to be nearly the same exact size of what Katrina was. It may not be a Category 3, but its size, its impact area is near or equivalent to what Katrina was. The other interesting part of Isaac is that it is going to make landfall exactly 7 years to the day in pretty much the same exact location, or very close to it. Not quite, but very close to it. So some very interesting similarities that are going on right now with Isaac and Katrina. But here's the storm itself. The eye is right about in here, and it's not quite got an eye developed yet, but I do think it will be producing an eye here overnight or by tomorrow at some point. Currently, everybody's still saying that it's going to make impact basically right over the sinkhole area there, the Bayou Corn, and I still think that it's going to shift to the west a bit. Just my opinion, guys, just what I think. I think it's going to shift to the west, and it's going to make landfall more in this general area than anywhere else. Now, that again, guys, that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But already the rain bands, the rain clouds, the storms are already popping up. It's covering everything from all the way down on the islands, the Dominican Republic area, all the way through Florida, Alabama, Georgia, you name it. Louisiana is right on the verge now of getting the rain bands coming in and beginning the flooding process. And this is well before Isaac ever has made landfall. Now, Isaac's not going to make landfall at least until tomorrow evening at the very earliest, and it may even be farther out than that depending on what Isaac does. Isaac really doesn't have anything to push it or shove it around at this point. So let's take a look at something else. Here's the North Pole image of it, and you can see that as it was coming in, you had this powerful low pressure system that moved its way out of here. Okay, watch it again. You'll have a low pressure system spinning right up here that's pulling its tail all the way down through Florida. It shifts and gets out of here and moves around the globe a little bit, making way for Isaac. You've got this other low pressure system which forms right in here, and it works its way across but shifts to the north. Now, most of them haven't been, nor most of them have been coming all the way across and then get about in this general area here, and then they shift north. This one has shifted north early, which is drawing its tail up north early. So really you have nothing but a strong high pressure system sitting right here as far as what's controlling Isaac at this point. It still has a northerly pole off of the tail, off of the low pressure system that's moving out of here, but as it moves out of here, that pole from that low pressure system is going to become a lot weaker. So at this point, guys, it's not yet a Category 1, but it should be a Category 1 soon. It's getting its act together. It's now a question of where is it going to make landfall. I'm pretty confident that the eye of the storm is going to hit in Louisiana, but I tend to think that it's going to be more toward the westerly side of Indiana, or maybe perhaps even in Texas. Again, it is the east and the northeast side of a hurricane or typhoon or tropical storm that is the most potent and powerful side. If the eye of the storm makes landfall in the central to western part of Louisiana, or even as far as the eastern part of Texas, that would put the east and the northeast section of the storm directly over that sinkhole, which is where most of the push of storms is going to be moving through, the storm surge and the wind and all the other things. Just again, guys, it's kind of weird how similar Katrina and Isaac are. It's just kind of mind-boggling in a way. I mean, the chances are very slim that something of this nature would happen precisely 7 days or 7 years precisely on the day, and have the same basic setup, just at this point anyway, a smaller category hurricane. But as far as volume or how much area it takes up, it's still taking up about the same as what Katrina was. Not quite, but getting there. back here on the visible image, you can see that already down through the islands, all the way through Florida, you've got Mississippi, Georgia, and Alabama, and even South Carolina, Louisiana, and you even have these spurts that are these energy blasts that are being pushed off of Isaac that are even affecting Texas. So you're talking about Texas, Louisiana. This up here is all coming off of the tail. It has nothing to do with Isaac at this point, but as these waves of energy begin to hit up here, it will have an effect as well on Arkansas. So at this point you have Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, and Florida all being affected, as well as all the Key West Islands and the Dominican Republic and all these areas, as well as parts of Mexico and the whole. So basically every state that is touching the Gulf, every nation that is touching the Gulf, every piece of earth that is touching in the Gulf is being affected by the storm at this point. So it is a significant sized storm, and if nothing else, perhaps the damage is going to be with the wind, with the rain alone, and the amount of rain that's going to be produced. I would say that Louisiana is probably going to get upwards of a foot or even more, perhaps, and in some areas as much as 2 feet. You know, in very specific locations in Louisiana, may get as much as 2 feet of just rain falling from the sky, not counting the 12-foot or 12 storm surge that'll be moving in. 12 inches of storm surge, or whatever it's going to be at the time. Depends on tide, and you know how high, where the moon is located, and all these things when it actually makes landfall. So anyways, guys, just wanted to kind of update you and also get a snapshot of Isaac here on August 27th of 2012, so that everybody, you know, can later reference Isaac if necessary or whatever, and have an actual view of it as well. So she's pretty large. Let me see if I can get you a little bit better shot. Okay, here we're going to look at Isaac from a more southerly direction here, and you can see that it is having an effect throughout the Dominican Republic and all the way in down through here. We've already seen that Mexico's getting it. We can see it's coming down through here, and it's actually coming all the way down through in here. So she's very beautiful. You know, I think these superstorms that develop are just incredible to watch. You know, it saddens me the loss of life and the damage that it does and the destruction that it does, but it's an amazingly beautiful system when you get to see these things. They're absolutely amazing. And with our modern day technology, we can really get to take a good look at what's going on, and you can just see just how much she's boiling. So anyways, guys, there's what's going on. We just had another earthquake, 5.3 in magnitude. Let's take a look. This is right there in the California area, but south of it. And so here we are. It's been a very interesting day, guys. A very interesting day. What we're looking at here is basically the last 12 hours, about the last 12 hours, approximately. And as you can see, there are no significant sized earthquakes anywhere on this planet. You got a couple 5.3s, a couple 5.0s, 5.3 that just struck right there in Baja California. That is Baja California. Okay, don't be freaking out if you live in California. That's Baja, but it's letting you know that that whole entire region there, all the way down, is still very active, guys. But as you can see, there's no significant size earthquake. There's really nothing above a 5.4 anywhere on the map. Actually, 5.3 I think is the highest on the map over the last 12 hours, which is significantly calmer than it's been over literally the last 4 or 5 days now. Other than yesterday. Yesterday was just as odd of a day as today is, where there's just very little earthquake activity. You know, you ever had just one of these feelings? It's not God speaking to you. You just have that feeling in your heart that something is about to really trigger. You know, that's the kind of feeling I have. I don't know where, and just something just tells me it's going to be in this general area, and I don't know how big or what. But anyways, guys, I'm not even saying something's going to happen. I just saying I've got this deep gut level and heart level feeling that something's about to snap somewhere. Heck, it might be over here, guys. I don't know. But like I said, just heads up around this planet, guys. I love you guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you. And I'll talk with you guys as soon as I can.